One of the weirdest things about life is the illusion of control. I mean, just think about the things that you have in your life. Most people would say, I own certain things. I own my house, I own my car, I own the TV that's hanging on my wall. But the reality is that to say that you own something suggests that you have the ability to permanently possess that thing. But the truth is that no one can permanently possess anything in this life. If you live in a country, your house is owned by the government that owns the land. If you live separate from a government, then the land owns your house because the reality is that you are not permanent. The land will be there long after you. I mean, just look at what James says. Now listen, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to such and such a city, to stay there a year trading and making a profit. You don't even know if you will be alive tomorrow, for all you are is a mist that appears for a little while and then disappears. Instead, you ought to say, if Adonai wants it to happen, we will live to do this or that. James calls us a mist, a vapor, something that appears for a short while and then disappears. You see, what you have to remember is that we're nothing more than stewards of the things that we have in this life because we can't retain any of it permanently. We can enjoy it while we have it, but the truth is that nothing is owned, everything is borrowed. And when you realize this, it changes the context of how you live. The only things you really take with you is your relationships, if the people that you're having that relationship with know the Lord, and your character, who you become through the time that you're here. That's it. Nothing else goes with you. Nothing else that you acquire, no amount of pleasure that you experience, nothing. It all stays here, it all burns up. And what's interesting about this is if you look at it through a lens of greed, it'd be very depressing because you would feel like everything that I get a hold of, everything I put my hands on, I can't hold on to it because it's just going to slip through my fingers. But if you look at it through a lens of humility, then what you end up with is this realization that we can enjoy the things that we have here without fear of loss. Because anything that we have, even for a little while, whether it's for the entirety of our life or whether it's just for a short time, it's all going to pass away. It's all going to burn up. And so enjoy it while you have it and don't fret over it if you don't or when you don't. There have been so many times in my life where the Lord's taken me to really high highs where, I've had the amazing six-figure job and I've had the brand new car and just all the stuff that comes along with it, the lifestyle and everything else. And I will never forget every time I've been in that place, the stress of something happening that will come and take it all away, right? The stress whenever a threat to that life comes. One of the companies I was working for went into bankruptcy at one point, and for almost like 2 years that this company was in bankruptcy, it was just extremely stressful because the threat to my lifestyle was so imminent and constant every single day. It sucked the joy out of the things that I had and the time that I had with them. And we do this with everything. It's not just material things. We do this with our kids. At least I know I did for a long time. It's like you have these kids and you love them, right? Your heart, like they are your heart outside of your body, running around on this planet with no ability to control what they're doing and what mischief they might get into and how they might get hurt and the experiences they might have. And it hurts your heart when something happens to them. And so you can find yourself in this place where you spend more time worrying about your kids than actually enjoying them. But I love this last part that James said. He says, instead of saying, we're going to go to this place or that place and do this thing or that thing, he says, if Adonai wills it. I mean, what a powerful statement. When you say if Adonai wills it, what you're saying is it's in God's hands. Whatever it is, it's in God's hands. It's not it will be in God's hands. It is in God's hands, which means right now in this moment, no matter what my situation is, whether I have a lot or whether I have a little, whether my kids are in a good place or a place that I have to be concerned, right? Regardless of where everything is, He is in control. God is. He's in control. which means that I am free to engage every situation with whatever the appropriate emotion is for the situation, right? If I'm in a time of difficulty, then I'm free to mourn. It's okay to grieve that situation. I don't have to feign joy, right? Joy is from the Spirit. It will emerge when it's there. But it's okay to grieve. It's okay to mourn. Likewise, if I'm in a season of plenty, I don't have to stress about when that season ends. I don't need to strive to try and extend it. I can just enjoy the season that I have. I can enjoy what Adonai has given. No one wants to feel like they're not in control of their life, especially me. But boy, I can tell you there's so much freedom when you really honestly understand that you just have absolutely no control over anything. You can show up and do everything right and get the wrong result, and you can show up and do everything wrong and get the right result. I've seen it 1,000 times. Solomon talks about it in Ecclesiastes. The wicked seems to be blessed, and the blessed seems to be treated like the wicked, right? And it's not always like that, but these principles are here. That it's part of living in this plane that is twisted by evil. This is the futility that creation has been subjected to, and yet in Christ we have the ability to be free of it. We're really only constrained by all these issues if we try to hold on to it. It's like the banana in the box. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but they put a banana in a box, and the monkey puts its hand in, and the hole is only big enough for the monkey to get its hand in. And so it pulls and pulls and pulls, and it can't get the banana out, and it just goes absolutely crazy trying to get this thing out. Or like the gold bar in the box where the person reaches in and tries to get it out, right? It's the same concept. We're all trying to get the gold bar out of the box here, and the moment we realize the gold only stays in the box, it never comes out. The things of this life, they don't go with us. And as soon as we realize that, it just opens the doors, and you're just free. And you know what's interesting? In Galatians 5, it says, "It is for freedom that the Messiah set us free. So don't let yourselves again get caught up in the yoke of slavery." And I know that's really pertaining to sin, but I think you could pertain that to so many things in life. There's so many things in this world that we enslave ourselves to. Enslave ourselves to our jobs, enslave ourselves to the stuff we own, to relationships, right? So many things. But it's for freedom that the Messiah set us free. And you know where that freedom is? It's at the cross. It's when we're buried with him that we become free, because what emerges after that, it's not this physical life, it's a spiritual one. It's the permanent one. Your life really begins when you're born again, not when you're born. So anyway, if you're watching this morning and you find yourself striving or stressing, just remember, you're just a mist. Gonna be here for a little while, gonna be gone tomorrow. So enjoy the things that God has given you. Engage your life freely, because you're buried with Christ. What lives is by the Spirit. It's immortal, it's permanent. And so all that we touch in this life, we're free to just enjoy until it passes away.